Hi, hi, hi. Good morning. Still morning. I don't usually come on in the morning, do I? Come in, let me know who's here. Can't fully get started until all of my workshop peeps are here. So come on in and say something. Sorry, I was running a little bit behind getting everything. I had some messages coming through for the workshop and things right as I was getting on. So come on and say hi. We've got some good stuff going in today. Coming in, going on. So exciting. My energy is through the roof today, you guys. So hi, Andrea. Hi, Pamela. Whoop, whoop. You guys, I'm so excited. Hi, Gigi. I'm so excited. Yay. Cool. Yay. This is going to be so much fun. So Archangel Ariel came in, you guys. When I woke up at, 4 this morning, I actually saw an angel, which has been a while since I've had that happen to me out of the blue. And it was Ariel, Archangel Ariel. And I was so excited. And she just gave me a formula for self-love. So I thought that was really awesome. And so I get to share that as part of this workshop. We're going to make sure this formula, right, is integrated and that we are able to access all parts of it and come into a place of standing in that for ourselves. So I'm really excited about that. Whoop, whoop. So come on in. Let me know who's all here. And then my Patreons get a message today if you would like one. Which all 3 of you are. So I'll wait a little bit. Jacinth signed up, so I'm going to wait and see if she can make it. And let's see who else. Yep, so we've got Pamela. So Amy also. So hopefully Amy and Jacinth come in. Let's see. Sweet. Andrea would love one. So would Pamela. Sweet, you guys. Cool. I don't know what's up with my energy. Like, it's weird. I'm in this really weird, like, I felt it last night. There was a shift. So there's a lot of shifts going on. And then into this morning, it's like, you know, I just feel so much lighter and so much at peace. And I feel like there is just so much to be thankful for right now within the collective. And I don't think we realize it yet, but I'm excited for everybody to realize that. I'm excited for the shifts to fully occur, you guys. Like, I really am. They're coming. They're here. Just keep space and knowing that the positive shifts are happening and there's no stopping them. There is just no stopping them. And I just pulled a self-affirmation card, and this is the one I got. I am sexy. Even though I've been doing homeschool, didn't do my makeup, I'm still sexy, right? We can all be sexy, you guys. That's perfect for self-love too, isn't it? It's really important to feel sexy. So while we're still waiting, here's a question for you. Do you guys ever allow yourself to feel sexy? Do you? Do you guys ever, like, just allow yourself to feel sexy, even for no reason? Like, I used to do this all the time in my 20s. It was like where I felt at home. Yes. So hi, Katie. Cool. See? Sexy. Yes, you are sexy, Andrea. Hi, Jacinth. Yay, we were waiting for you. Yeah, see, Pamela, see? So I want you guys, yeah, when you dress up, yeah, right? So I want you guys, that's our first step to this workshop. So some of us on here today are doing this self-love workshop that kind of starts today. We're kicking it off here. And then it carries on tomorrow, and then it's going to go through the 13th, you guys. Yes, Andrea, me too. So my hair is super long, right? You guys have realized that, like, straight up long. So you know what I usually do with it? Tie it in a knot, right? And that's what I've been doing that since I was like 19, but it's kind of lame. It really is. It doesn't help to feel sexy, right? So for me, allowing it to be down and putting my makeup on really does help, but I miss, like, curling it. And I'm doing this self-love investigation into my own for this workshop. I've realized that I don't even do that enough anymore. right? And so that's our first note, you guys. Okay, so make sure we're taking notes throughout. I am going to do a worksheet. I will be giving it out tomorrow. Oh, thank you. Thank you for that. Ooh, Pamela. Okay, so this is perfect for you too. All right, you guys. So I know that's a weird concept at times, right? Especially if we've never allowed ourselves to feel sexy. We always expect the opposite sex to make us feel sexy. But here's the key. I'm just trying to find it again. Sorry, I don't know. Here's the key. It's really in ourself. Unless we feel sexy, the opposite sex cannot make us feel sexy. Does that make sense, you guys? And so if we don't know how to feel sexy, how do you think we're going to make our partner feel? Yay! I'm so excited, Andrea. Yeah, this is going to be such a fun workshop, you guys. It really, hi, Amy. I was waiting for you, sunshine. Sorry, my phone's ringing. I'm really, really excited for this workshop. I think this is going to be absolutely life-changing for all of us that joined it. And this video isn't just about the workshop, you guys, so just bear with it. We're going to do some messages. We're going to talk a little bit, and I am going to give the formula to the public. So, Katie, if you don't mind me asking, who decided that you needed to go on insulin shots? I just find that curious. Was it the doctors? Could it be maybe you need a different diet before we do the insulin shots? Because once we do those, we can't stop, right? So let's examine that for a moment. But that's healer speaking, right? Right. So just, but anyways, yeah. So I'm really excited, you guys. First thing, examine what sexy means to us. Examine how often we let ourselves feel sexy, what we do to let ourselves feel sexy, right? Okay. All right, Katie. Well, maybe you should work with me a little bit, sunshine. Maybe we can look into that. I'm the kind of healer that does. So they do call me a master healer for a reason. It doesn't mean I know everything. Right? Because that's what some people think of that word master. Oh, she thinks she knows it all. Heck no, I'm still on a learning journey too, right? But it just means that I'm capable of doing everything. So I run energy, I run light through. I get people who've worked with me can kind of attest to that. So I can tell you what herbs you might need, what kind of natural remedies you might need, what's going on with your system, all the way to what oils you might need, what crystals are beneficial, diet. I mean, it goes pretty in depth. So my only recommendation is maybe a second opinion, right? Aw, thank you, Andrea. Yeah, so I just know with the insulin, I've known so many people that do it. Once you do it, you can't stop, and there's all this other stuff. However, if you need it, you need it, right? So I'm just create space and maybe try a second opinion. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to send some healing light your way also, if that's okay with you, Katie. Okay. All right. So side note, sorry about that. So you guys, I'm going to recommend that if you are doing my workshop, to have a notebook, okay? Just a notebook every day, because this is going to be quite a journey. There's going to be times where we do it every other day. First couple of days, we're doing them in a row. But I'm like, I expect to see changes before we even, like transformations occurring before this one's even done. Oh, Katie, really? I don't know. Everybody I knew that started couldn't stop. So that's pretty interesting. Is it type 2 or type 1? Is it like medications or shot? I mean, if they said that, good deal. Thank goodness for that. Then I would go with that for sure. That might help for sure. Just make sure we're standing in our own power, you guys. Make sure we're paying attention a little bit to our own bodies. Oof. Okay. All right. Sometimes, we aren't able to listen to our bodies, and then we're always looking for outside support, like what's going on with me. And I'm a healer, and I've had to heal things myself, you guys. So, I used to go to the doctor all the time, and they just kept making things worse. So, it's always good to just sit for a minute and kind of ask ourselves, and if you don't feel right about it, then maybe look elsewhere, maybe find another avenue. If it does feel right for you, then maybe that is exactly what you need. So that's my little tidbit for that. But as far as the workshop goes, have your notebooks. Step 1, number 1, If you guys need to go get one, don't worry, I'm not going to rush. Examining feeling sexy. What does sexy mean? And guys can feel sexy, right? Girls can feel sexy. Guys can feel sexy. Of course, they attribute the word sexy usually to women, but not necessarily so much. And I want you to examine how you feel when I put this up there. I am sexy. How does that make you feel? How does it make you feel? Does that make you feel foreign? Does that make you feel a little sick to your stomach? Does that make you feel excited? Does it make you feel a little bit naughty? Like, what is the word that comes to mind when you read or say out loud, I am sexy? Like, that's what we're starting at today. And I think that's actually a really good start because it gives us a little insight to how we feel about ourselves and to the treatment of self. Does that make sense, you guys? So write it down. I don't know if anybody left to get notebooks. I'll try to take my time. But examining feeling sexy. When we say, I am sexy, does your solar plexus cringe? Does your heart skip a beat? Do you want to throw up? Do you have people in the back of your head saying you're not good enough? Feeling good about yourself and self-confidence, Andrea says. So yeah, I mean, that does play a hand. What happens though, if we don't feel good about ourselves and we don't feel confident and we never have, but we're told to be sexy? Judgments. So you just said, okay, judgments. So that's perfect. So Andrea says, it means we feel good about ourselves. There's self-confidence. Yes, because when you do that, when you feel good and you have confidence, you tend to want to be more sexy, right? You tend to want to look good. You tend to want to make yourself feel good and make others feel good just by looking at you, right? Foreign. And yes, judgments too. Okay. So this kind of shows you a little bit about how you feel about yourself, doesn't it? And a little bit about how we might have been raised, or about how others have filled our space with opinions, or, we've allowed space for the negativity to kind of take over, right? And then we need to ponder why judgments. Does feeling sexy mean I need to wear a corset out in public, or to wear very low cut clothing? Because I'll tell you what, I'm all about conservative, but I love to feel sexy. So I can do both. And so we have to examine really what that means, right? Does it mean to be sexy that I have to be flirty with everybody? Or could sexy be flirty with ourselves? Right? And then we can avoid judgments from others, because who cares if people are judging? They're not in a higher vibration anyways, right? And then they're really projecting their issues, aren't they? And then because you can kind of see that maybe they don't feel so good about themselves, and maybe they were taught that being sexy meant you have to be nasty or right, or sleep around type of a thing. So I think there's another way to look at what we do with words. What happened to the word sexy? Absolutely, Gigi. Sexy is also an attitude. Bang, bang, right? She's got it. It really is. And it's a part of self-love. It really is, because if we don't know how to love ourselves, we can't allow ourselves to feel sexy. That's the last thing on our mind. We feel judged. We feel guilty. We feel like we have to be nasty to be sexy, right? We think that being sad, and some of us are taught that being sexy is going to allow men to take advantage of us too, right? And so, there's all this negative connotation. But if you feel good about being sexy, and you always have that attitude, you know what I'm saying? You stand in the mirror and you're just like, whoop, I like what I got, even if I'm bigger and curvier, right? Because I've been all sizes, you guys. But it's allowing yourself to enjoy every bit of what you are. And it's an attitude that you set. And it's also, it goes in hand with self-love and self-worth and all of that kind of stuff. And so this was a really good start into kind of assessing where we're at in the beginning of this workshop, and how much work we really need to delve into and dive into. And Jacinth, you know, how judgment, also religion. So when we grow up religious and people tell us that, you know, God judges and we have to live in a judgment state, it's really hard to allow ourselves to feel anything other than conservative, right? Like, and so you can kind of see where all this might be coming from. We can kind of start to see where that thought of what that word means stems from, right? And then it's really good to be able to release that. Just be like, boom, I don't need that anymore. Now that I can see what I'm doing there, I can switch that mindset and I can work on feeling sexy, right? You know, and so for those of you that are in my workshop, I want you to do a little bit of homework today. And that's really feeling into that word and spend the day trying to feel sexy. And I want to hear about it tomorrow over our Zoom, how that goes for you. Okay, so that's day 1.1 homework. Part 1. Day 1 homework, part 1. Examine how you feel about it and why. And then allow yourself to try to feel sexy. So do something you wouldn't normally do. Okay, Andrea. So that's definitely. Where is the workshop, Kathy? So we're starting it here today, but I do them on Zoom. So they are Zoom meetings that I send out to you through email. You sign up. I can give you the link if you would like to. If anybody else has access to the link, maybe they can post it now for you. Some of my girls will do that sometimes. But this workshop goes from today through the 13th. And there will be some consecutive days, but most of them will be every other day. And that's really what we do. And each Zoom session for this one, you guys, is going to last roughly 2 hours. And this one's going to be a challenge. Okay, so I'm going to have homework for you. I'm going to want to see things. So I'm going to want you to take pictures, but it's not going to be like public sharing, just be for us, right? And so on and so forth. We're going to do tapping. There's going to be a lot of shadow work, a lot of blockage removal. And what else they told me, you guys, is tapping, Ho'oponopono prayers, shadow work, blockage removal, self-discovery journeys, and so much more that they don't tell me until we get there. So I do work with the angels. I work with spirit too. And we bring forth and I take you on a lot of journeys. And I'm also going to have us do some things like trying some Qigong and some different things as we go. So Amy, yes. So this one is for today. So today I'm starting it here. And I think I even posted 10 a.m. on the thing too. I just went from Zoom to YouTube. But I'm starting it on here today, kind of opening up the energy. And then I'm also going to give you guys my Patreons, your messages here today. So kind of a twofold. And then we're going to do a little bit of a meditation right before we end the session today to open up the energy. And then tomorrow we're going to be on Zoom at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. If that's not good for any of you, let me know. Yay! And so this one's a little bit different, but that's okay. I might even do one more YouTube thing throughout to where we get on and we do a little bit of like, I walk you through some new workout things that I'm doing, some new ways to integrate. It all just depends. And so this one is a little bit different, but this one's going to be massive. Okay, so I want you guys being prepared. Tomorrow, we are going to be signing a contract, okay? All of us, I'm going to create it, and I'm going to be emailing it to you with a Zoom link tomorrow. But we are going to actually sign a self-contract, a binding contract. Okay. Yeah, the workshop. So Sean said workshop link, but that's all I see. I don't see the link, so I'm not sure if he's posting it. But yes, the workshop link. So, okay, so that's going to be the first thing that we do tomorrow is we're going to go over what the contract means, what it represents, and then we're all going to sign it together and we're going to open up the energy and we're going to start our whatever they want us to do. And so it's going to be quite a bit. Okay, all right. So Jacinth says she agrees with Pamela 100%. Sensual, I like the word switches, resonated better for me. Sexy holds a more negative connotation. So it's funny you brought that up because I decided, I mean, I know out of all of my schooling, the different definitions of what sexy is, right? There is different definitions, but the dictionary definition for sexy, I did not look up. I looked up for self-love. But sexy and what was it? Sensual. I want to really look those up. So I'm going to look those up really quick. I want to see what the book definition is for the both of those. Because it's funny you bring up the differences. Sexy, you said, has a negative connotation, and sensual doesn't. But it kind of gives you insight to how we were raised, right? Okay, so sexy, exciting, appealing, sexually aroused. So that's probably where that negative connotation really comes from, right? Sexually attractive or exciting. Okay, and so they're really not negative, are they? Those really aren't negative definitions, are they? So that's the definition of sexy. Now, I tend to believe that our inner insight's a little always different than the definitions, isn't it? Okay, Amy, if you'll be at work, what time will work? You guys, we can all work on times. So let me know what times are best for everybody, and I will accommodate, okay? If 10 a.m. works for everybody, then we can make everyone at 10 a.m. because I know Pamela's in the Netherlands. Andrea's in Colorado with me, so you guys just let me know. Amy, does 10 a.m. work? Would 3 p.m. work? Just let me know. Yes. Mountain Standard Time always is what I go by. So let me know. But anywho, so sexy, exciting and appealing, sexually attractive, and exciting again. So the one I believe you're getting the negative connotation is sexually aroused, right? So we tend to want to feel sexy to make people attracted to us. So let's look at sensual. You know, what's funny is there's not a lot of difference in the definitions. Sensual is related to or involving gratification of the senses and physical, especially sexual pleasure. So you see how that worked? Do you see how that worked? Like, that's interesting, isn't it? So I just kind of wanted to show you guys that we attribute negative connotations to these words by the way that we're raised and by the way that we feel about ourselves, by the way that we're standing in our self-love. Where really they mean the same thing. Sensual really does mean sex as well as sexy. It's just maybe a perceived softer way of saying it. Okay, and so that's why I think it's really important to look into what they say it means and how we feel about the word. Gigi says 10 a.m. She's good. Andrea says whatever works for everyone. Yeah, so let me know and I will take the time for sure. So no worries there. And so that's the same with self-love, you guys. So, you know, all I did was the word sexy so far, and we can see how confusing we feel about that within ourselves. And so now I also want you to examine the word self-love, okay? Self-love and sexy. And I don't know what happened to my numbers. Did I lose all my people? Let me know if you guys... Okay, so she works till 5. So that would be 3. So that would be 11 for Pamela. All right, so we'll figure it out, Amy. But even if you can't do the lives, remember they still are very, very powerful. And tomorrow's just really about a contract, okay? So maybe we could stick with 1 o'clock tomorrow, and then we'll make the really important ones work for all of us. So we'll just do that. But so homework for day 1 is examining sexy and self-love. Okay. Those 2 things. Sexy we just did together. And I want you to go out of your comfort zone, like especially for like Pamela and people who've never really allowed themselves or don't even know what it means to be sexy, to try something new. Put on something a little tighter. Put on something a little I'm not saying you have to show things, you guys. I'm very conservative, but you can be conservative and sexy. Okay. Okay. We'll figure out times. I'll email all of you, or I'll do it on Facebook. We'll talk about it. So that's not too big of a deal. I'm a little bit more flexible with that right now because I'll make it work. And so let me know if you guys understand the homework and if you have any questions about that. Tomorrow we're going to meet on Zoom. We'll pick a time. I will send you the contract prior so we can go over it together. We'll open up the energetic realm and all that kind of stuff. And then we will really kick off. Okay. Funny, I didn't even notice the misspelling. Jacinta, our eyes do that, don't they? So I'm not worried about times, you guys. I will make it work for you guys, okay? And remember, tomorrow is more just a contract and integrating the energy and whatever meditation they want to bring forth to start, to opening up and to releasing and things like that. So if you can't make the live, it's so very powerful still, and you will get the replay always. But I'm going to give you guys a little bit of the recipe for love that Archangel Ariel brought forth to me. Okay, this was her message. And Pamper Day, that's right, Andrea, that's right. Oh my gosh. Like, do your hair, like curl your hair, do your makeup like you would have normally, right? We could do it tomorrow too, and come up to the Zoom looking sexy. I like that. All right, so according to Ariel, this was her message. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So it's all really truly about how we feel about ourselves, self-love. How is that internal self-love? Okay, Amy. All right. So tomorrow we'll just do 1:00. And then from there on, the really important ones, we'll make sure everybody can go for sure. But it's really examining how that feels. So beauty is in the eye of the beholder. It's all about, your perception of what beauty really is, your perception of what sexy is, your perception of the difference between sexy and sensual, and so on and so forth. And then our perception of self-love, right? Because if we don't truly love ourselves, you guys, we can't feel sexy. Okay. And so it's really a way to gauge like where we're at within that realm. And then Ariel said, what you feel of or about you is what you really truly allow in, you guys. And of course, Ariel brought this forward. She is the queen of manifesting. So we always bring in what our worth truly is. And it's hard to gauge that sometimes, isn't it? But then when we look into how we feel about words, you can kind of tune into the shadow side. You can kind of tune into how we feel about ourselves. Okay, and so this whole workshop is going to change all of this, hopefully, and going to allow you to really stand in your power and call in anything you want and be the goddesses and gods that we really truly are. Okay, and then she said the recipe for love, okay, the recipe for self-love is being able to laugh, being able to feel joy, being able to be in stillness and feel okay. Right? Like nothing's happening and be so peaceful. All right. Contentment, feeling contentment is also part of the recipe of love. If you're unable to feel contentment, you're really not able to stand in self-love. Security, knowing that we create our own reality. Okay. And that's a hard one. And if we can't stand in that security, even when our world seems to be falling apart, knowing that we create our reality, it's really true that we're not in our own self-love and self-righteousness. Okay. And then another part of that was surrendering, being able to surrender. Being able to surrender is a big one. And then also power. So being able to stand in your power is really, truly loving self, being able to be in self-love. Okay. And the definition of self-love is hard. Like I said, sometimes some of us don't know what that means. Sweet. I love that. Sweet. Yeah. So you guys, every day that you come, please bring your crystals. Always, they do help, whatever crystals you feel into that day, whatever oils you want to wear, and things like that. And it really does just help us begin to release, begin to heal, because this is going to be a massive healing as well as taking steps for growth. Okay. I'm so excited. Like, I can't wait. And I'm going to challenge you. So I want you to be prepared for the challenge. So did you guys understand the recipe of love? I will write it down tomorrow when I present to you the contract also, and I will rewrite a lot of this down on that too. And if you guys do have any questions, feel free to put them on Facebook, whatever the case may be. With Messenger, sometimes, you guys, I do have a period where I will shut it down because when I get so many people messaging me on Messenger, I get a little bit overwhelmed. Absolutely. Can I please repeat or reread what she said? The volume went wonky on my end. Yes, I will also write it down, Jacinth, and I will put it in the contract for tomorrow. So you will receive an email with your Zoom link in the morning. And then it's also going to have what we discussed today, what the steps are, time slots, things like that, and then the recipe of love, and then the message that came through. So it will all be written down for you again. But the most important part, Jacinth, hopefully you can hear me, is our homework today. Examining what self-love means and feels to you, and examining what sexy, allowing yourself to be sexy feels for you, okay? And then I want you to actually take a step and make yourself feel sexy or sensual, whatever word makes you feel more comfortable at this time. But we're going to heal that to where none of those words bother you, okay? To where you can see the perception of both of those words and let go of all of their dimensional muck that's accompanied with it. Does that make sense? So I'll pause there and see if you guys have any questions before we do some messages and things like that. Hopefully you heard most of that part. Cool. All right. Pamela says yes. So I'm just reading what else I wrote down. Sweet. All right. Sweet. Good. Hi, Roger. No wonder I was just thinking about you, sunshine. You just came in the energy field. Oh. You haven't missed anything other than we're talking about our workshop, so no worries there. Sweet. You're so welcome, Jacinth. Okay. I want this to be one of the most amazing experiences you guys have ever had. Like, seriously, this is going to be a journey. This isn't just a regular 1 day, 1 hour workshop. This is a 2-week journey that we are embarking upon together. And I hope to make massive changes within your psyche and within your ability to have self-love and to control every bit of your own reality, right? That's really what this is all about. And I'm going to give you the dictionary definition of self-love, okay? Self-love is mean regard for one's own well-being and happiness. Now, they've switched that to be a narcissistic also, right? Yes, Roger, and that reminds me of your question too. So hopefully everybody here had a spectacular new moon shift. We're still in that energy, you guys, of the new moon. But the dictionary definition of self-love is regarding for one's own well-being and happiness first, where we're really taught that that's just not okay, aren't we? Like, on so many levels, a lot of us are, or we're taught that that's selfish. Me too, Gigi, I'm so excited. Or we're taught that it's selfish. We're taught that it's a narcissistic trait, right? We're taught that being sexy and looking in the mirror and all this stuff is really a narcissistic trait. You guys, narcissism has become such an overused word. Really, a true narcissist has an inability to do inner reflection, okay? They don't have an ability to think they do anything wrong. Everything is everybody else's fault. That's where you get into gaslighting and a lot of abuse, okay? But caring about ourselves is so different. I'm so excited too, you guys. Because it's gonna help me too, right? So it's really good stuff. But self-love is so different. Now I'm gonna break down that definition for people who are hurting, right? Some of us don't know what it is to feel self-love. We don't even know what that means, right? Like, I wasn't allowed to love myself because I had to stay small. I had to keep my light really dim. That way I didn't overshine anybody I grew up with. Yes, Yes, Andrea, this is all going to help with manifesting big time, sunshine. So yes, so many blockages of money, like just Synth was talking about. This is going to help remove all of that, you guys. This is going to help you in a lot of ways. And honestly, I made it affordable for a 2-week major life changing a journey, right? So I'm just so excited. Yes. But self-love for somebody who was never able to experience, I don't even like to use that term, right? Some of you have seen me on my live. Some of you have worked with me many times over. And when self-love comes in as a message for you, I don't like to say self-love. I will break it down to self-care, to looking at it as if you are a baby that needs your nurturing. What would you do for that baby? So if the baby's hungry, would you ignore it? Not likely. If the baby's tired, would you ignore that? Not likely. So why do we ignore our own needs, right? And so that's why I like to break self-love down into basic needs. Does that make sense? So we can start with the basic needs and allowing ourselves to feel those. And then, oh, absolutely. Yes. So Jacinth brought up gaslighting. I use that term. Gaslighting, I don't care to give you the definition. I'll give you an example. So if you've ever talked to somebody and they're not nice to you, right? They have an inability to look within. They have an inability to see that they do anything wrong. And you're like, but you're making me feel this way. Or when I talk to you this way, you do this. And they're like, nope, I only do that because of you. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't have hit you if you didn't piss me off. I know that's like extreme example. Or just like they don't do anything wrong. They cannot self-reflect. They cannot take responsibility in their part in any of anything. And that is gaslighting to a T. Okay. And it's something that I had to learn the hard way to watch out for, because I'm selfless. I'm selfless completely. Like, I like to always make sure that I'm giving all of myself for others. And that's not exactly healthy, is it? But when you get gaslighters in that situation, it can create a lot of damage. Because people will take it personally. Well, shoot, it's always my fault. Well, shoot, I can't communicate, right? What am I doing so wrong? And then we tend to go down this deep, dark rabbit hole of I am crap, I am shit, because it's all me and I cause all these problems. Man, they wouldn't have hit me if I didn't pop out of the mouth, or they wouldn't have told me I'm crazy if I'd have just kept my mouth shut and my opinions to myself. Does that make sense? Is that a good example? So by definition, gaslighting is reflecting everything upon the others and not taking any responsibility of their own. That is a narcissistic trait to the T. They're really good at that because they just have an inability to see anything internally. Does that make sense? I hope that answered your question, because that is one of the biggest things that puts us in a place where we don't even know how to love ourselves. And it really, truly is. You're so welcome, Jacinth. And some of us are raised by parents like that, right? Some of us have family members like that. Some of us are abused in many ways along our journey, loved ones like that, okay? And as a part of self-love, when you start tapping into what self-love is, and we start healing what blocks us from self-love, you're going to see some certain aspects start to pop up, you guys. And some of us might have to make decisions to move on, right? Or make some big changes. And so just be open for that. Be ready for that. And it's what it is, but it's really beautiful. As I started healing and going through things, I can see these too, and it's like, holy crap. But, don't be down on yourself, right? Everything's a learning journey, and this is going to be a massive one. So does anybody who's in the workshop have any more questions about that? Are we all okay? We all got our homework good for today. Tomorrow we are going to sign a contract and open up a major energetic field. Today, before we end this, I'll do a little meditation to really set the tone and things like that. So we can do a little Q&A before I give some messages from my Patreons first. Cool. Andrea says yes, she's good. And by the way, I'm going to make you go out of your comfort zone every day. Just wait. Self-love doesn't always be meaning baby yourself, you guys. Self-love can sometimes mean you have to be tough on yourself, right? Pamela says yes. Good deal. Gigi says yes. Whoop, whoop. All right. Sweet. Yeah, there's days where you're going to have to be like, you know what? An example, Brianna, shut up, get off your ass and do it, right? I don't care if you're tired today we got to move, right? And so it's really being able to, Roger, you can in the end. Yes, absolutely. I'm going to do my Patreons first, but I'll pull a card for you in the end. Okay, so self-love isn't always easy. So just know this journey might be a little hard, might be a little fun, might be a little bit of everything. Sweet, Jacinta's all good. Okay, Andrea and Jacinta, after this live, I will get you guys your things squared away. Okay, so don't worry about that. So good. We are all on the same page, all good to go with that. That is so exciting. All right, my energy is so, give me just a second to readjust because I'm so excited for this workshop. It's like crazy. Okay, I don't know if Sean posted the link. He's busy today, you guys, so I will post it when the video is over. Underneath the video, there's still time to join. For anybody who's interested, the workshops that I do are just as powerful live as they are not live. I do send Zoom links, and they're magnificent. I love them. I gain from them, and I know everybody that does them does. So I do recommend doing them. And then Patreon members usually get a free message. So they're up next. And what else was it? I have not announced my giveaways yet, you guys. I don't know if you've thought about that. I haven't announced it yet. I spent some time with kiddos for Thanksgiving and birthday. So I'm just throwing that out there too. So every time we do donations, I give away some freebies. So I will be making that announcement this week at some point. Okay. So all of that is good. Do some grounding and some messages. So let's just ground. Let's take some deep breaths, calm the energy down, call in the creator of all that is and all of the angels and the higher selves and beings that wish to step forward with us. Loved ones are always welcome. And just take some breaths, breathing into our system, breathing into our belly. Start to imagine the dirt beneath your feet. Beautiful flowers growing beneath your feet. The sunshine shining above you. You can feel it on your skin and the warmth. That's beautiful. I felt a shift there. Tap into the full moon energy. Tap into that right now. And we open up the energetic field for all that needs to be released with ease and grace. For everybody, for the whole collective and the world right now. And the earth and all these transitions just go with such ease and grace. And I'm going to pull all of your cords down, all of them down from your feet and your root chakra. Pulling them down from your being. Somebody's root is blocked. Let me tap in. I heard Andrea. All right, so we're just going to unblock that a little bit, so it's pretty interesting. I see like this, it's a different kind of dagger going on in your root chakra, sunshine. It's like all spiraled at the end. So we're just going to remove that for you. All right, so I'm pulling all the roots down into the earth through the top layer, going down to the rock layer, into the water layer, allowing the earth's water to just wash over your roots. Down further through the crystalline grid, into the core, and really wrapping your roots around the core. Some of you were already grounded pretty well, but we're just really securing them even more. Whew. All right, there's a lot going on there. We'll tap in more later. Just bringing your energy down. Archangel Michael assisting too. Some of you, he's like, get down there. It's like really hard right now because of all the shifting, and that's what I'm attributing it to, all the releasing, all the shifting, all the releasing, all the shifting. It's really important to spend more time grounding during these times than anything else. And that's where you really work to do that. So when we're feeling in chaos, when we're feeling like we're not able to, really just focus on the earth, feel into her dirt, find an element you relate to, water, air, fire, dirt, wind, anything, and sit with it. Sit with it until you can feel grounded. It's super important right now. So that feels way better. So thank you for that. I hope that helped. That's okay, Jacinth. Yes, Andrea, it did. Yes, sunshine. Actually, it did. I did not feel so tired going into your energy. Just your root was a little blocked. Okay, Jacinth, struggling to visualize this grounding today. All right, so we're going to get into some like blockage removal within our chakras and stuff tomorrow. That way it opens it up. So let's just take space for that and don't worry about it today. Okay, no worries there. Tomorrow's going to be a huge day, huge start, and I'm going to do a chakra clearing to begin with. So we will make sure that you're open and flowing. For today, just keep feeling into the earth, okay? And then I want you doing your homework for today. And that'll be good. Roger, you did ask about full moons and the moon energy and if I had any rituals, correct? Do you still want that answered? Are you still with me? I'll answer that before I pull a card because I actually heard you saying that in my head while I was grounding everybody. Like I heard about that question. So, okay, Jacinth, that's okay. That's what I was thinking. So that's why it came through when we're struggling. Just really just play with dirt today. Play with water. Allow water to run over your hands. Okay. And then tomorrow when we get into a chakra clearing during the Zoom meeting, that will really help. Roger. Okay. So my rituals are a little different, Roger. Some people go all out. I don't really think that we need all the juju, right? Like all the burning of things. You're so welcome, Andrea, and all that kind of stuff. So some people will write down manifestations and they'll burn them, or they'll do it for releasing and they burn them, and they have all kinds of crazy rituals. That's fine, right? Roger, to me, everything is done on intention. Intention, and I just got chills. Okay, so that's confirmation. That is an important message also. So each moon represents something different, right? You have your new moons, you have your full moons. Those are the two most important for me as far as releasing and bringing in. New moon, bring stuff in. New moon, this is what I'm going to do now. This is what I want. This is where I'm going. This is for me. Whoop, whoop, right? Positive transformations. Full moon heavy, full moon release, full moon emotional. Holy crap, I'm going to bite your head off. Stay away from me. Full moon, right? Whew. Yeah, those are intense. That's when everybody is like, rah, a lot of times because things are coming up with full moons to release, okay? Eclipse full moons are totally even different. So they create a shadow side. They create a heaviness all their own. And then where the eclipse lies and all that gets even deeper. So some people like to set their crystals out to cleanse them. I would say only during a new moon, in my opinion, to do that. Especially you could do it on a regular full moon. But even just an intention, you guys, so you don't even have to set them out. My intention is that my crystals are cleansed tonight with the moon energy. Boom! Right? And so intention is really where it all lies. Mine are very simple. New moons, I write down what I want. Thank you, universe. I allow myself to feel it and send it out. Full moon, I ask to release whatever is needed to release. When things come up, I ask in that moment, please release this. Please show me what this is about and release it with ease and grace. Keywords, right? Always. I learned that the hard way. If I didn't use those words, the universe responds to everything we say. Okay. And so keep that in mind too. So I hope this is helping you. I'm giving you a lot, but, and so it's all about intention, Roger. The best thing you can do with every moon is self-care, self-love. That is the best thing you can do. kind of bubble, right? Because energies can get wonky. And making sure you're standing in self-care and self-love. So whatever you're needing in those moments, you're willing to do, and you're willing to stand still. Does that make sense? Eclipse energy, I don't like to do anything but protect myself and release like crazy. So I just connect with the earth, and if we can't connect, it's okay. You just set the intention to keep releasing with ease and grace. And then you just keep working with that. So I hope that really helps. Now you can look up other things. They'll write things down. They'll burn them. They'll bury them. That's not me. I'm very simple, very cut forward, and all about intentions. Okay, does that help, Roger? Does that answer your questions? Anybody else have any more questions about that? Ease and grace. That's right, Andrea. Yes, very important. Pamela can attest to that too. You guys, one of the first workshops that I did and the earth shifted, they had an earthquake in Alaska, and I didn't ask for ease and grace. So that's just kind of an example. You're so welcome, Roger. The last one we did, we shifted it like 4 times. I asked for ease and grace and nothing happened. So I'm like, whoop, whoop. Except for maybe the sky's different, the weather. And so that's just an example, right? Even when we're releasing, we ask to be it done with ease and grace. Otherwise, it can get really heavy, right? Because the universe just, oh, she wants to release. Boom. You see what I'm saying? It's very important. Our intentions, our thoughts, our words are always very important. So I'm going to pull one of these for the collective because I'm hearing I need to do so. So this one came through, I think, in one of my last ones I did. But when I allow others to support me, I support them too. Okay, so this all goes with blocking what's best for us, blocking when people are trying to help us, blocking others' love. Guys, if we're not standing in our own self-love, we're not going to accept anything from anybody else. That's another form of conditioned response, trauma response, right? We tend to block things that are coming for us. It's like when we ask for help, you know, God uses people. The universe uses people. What else can they use? Air to hand you money? No, right? So you may have somebody that you may not like coming your way to say, hey, this is for you. I can help you because you asked, right? And so it's really being open to allow others too. And then you're also supporting yourself. Okay, so that's pretty deep. I'll pull one more of those and then we'll start. Who wants to go first? Let me know. Otherwise, I'll just pick it. And if you have general or specific. Oh, this is a really good one, you guys. Gigi, me, general, sweet. All right. My happiness can be measured by the level of my faith and love. This is deep. And this is perfect for our workshop. If we can't be in love, can we be happy? If we can't feel love, can we be happy? No. If we don't have faith and love, how can we feel happiness? They really do go hand in hand. Sweet Gigi and Pamela. I like this one, you guys. My happiness can be measured by the level of my faith and love. You guys, love can be complicated. Love comes in all forms. Are we open to all of them or just some? This is just really good ways to look at that. I like those. All right, Gigi first, and Pamela, then Amy, and then I'm supposing Andrea, Jacinth. Okay, then Jacinth. All right. Sweet. So let me go. I am being called to my feminine moon deck, which I haven't got to use in a long time. So that's really awesome and exciting. Gigi, you've been on my mind a lot. I'm not going to lie. And I don't know why. I feel like this energy going on, and there was some time where I was just a little worried. So I sent some light your way. So just letting you know that it's always, you guys, I just care about everybody. And so I got some chills. So whatever was going on, just know you are being supported. Okay. The angels kind of nudge me when I need to do stuff like that. So you are being supported and comforted. All right, Gigi. Are you having dreams? First of all, because that's what's coming through. But my dreams reveal that magic is real and anything is possible. My dreams reveal that magic is real and anything is possible. So I'm really being drawn to anything is possible, Gigi. Anything is possible. Your dreams are taking you to a place of less structure, less doubt, less negativity, less blockage, right? And so when we go into a dream state, anything is possible. And they want you to bring that into reality. They want you to bring that into reality, Gigi, that anything is possible. Anything is, and this is big for you. And it's like, don't set the limits. I get that you were raised that way. I get that that's been kind of the consensus, right? And I can see throughout your times, there were times when it should have been okay, but it wasn't. Like there were times where you really counted on something coming through and it didn't. But it's not that way anymore. Those were denser energies. Those were lessons in time. Also, I'm being drawn to the number 11 on this one for you too, Gigi. And so really that's telling me is that you have an innate ability to connect within and create anything that you want to. Anything that you want to, okay? But also pay attention to your dreams because they do give messages. They really do. They're always cryptic. But it also gives us insights to actions that we can take in that day, in that moment in time. And are you writing a book? They want you writing. Aw, thank you, Andrea. I love you too. But Gigi, are you writing? They want you writing like a memoir, like a biography. Because you have some stuff in there that people need. You're gonna help people. Okay, you are meant to help people. Gigi, can I give you a personal piece? Is that acceptable for you on a live? Because it's kind of exciting. Would you be okay with that? It's a little deep, and it's live, so I'm asking permission if I can give this message out. Okay, so they want you starting an AA group for females. You can expand to males if you want to, but I feel like you have the ability to help people in that way. Does that make? Oh my God, I'm getting so many chills. Gigi, you're supposed to help people overcome addictions. Okay, and I want you to, if you're up for it, if you're ready for it, reach out because I feel like there is some people. What? I want you helping people overcome. You have an ability to help people overcome, and they want you writing a book. Okay, maybe the self-love workshop will help with that. But yeah, you are supposed to help, and especially women. Like I feel like you have a key for them to overcome like addictions, to overcome fears. And so even writing a book and then just trying to help people. Does that make sense? That's what's coming through. That's what they're showing me. Does that make sense, Gigi? Let's pull one of these too. A little clarifying. Little clarifier. Yeah, like seriously, you can. You. I know, I can see it. It's almost like a group of people that you're just going to help. And you're going to help in many ways, right? But like a mentor. Are you willing to be a mentor? Find a group that needs mentoring, right? And you'll feel it in your solar plexus. Sweet. So there you go, Gigi. Oh my gosh, the codependent behavior, right? Exactly what I'm tapping into. So yeah. Yes, that is perfect. So codependency works in so many ways. It's a couple thing, it's a drug thing, codependency. You're on it. You are on it. So this is validating that for you, isn't it? That's why you're like, wait, what? Yes, I'm a mind reader too, y'all. Welcome to the 5th dimension. Okay, good. All right, so we'll do one more clarifier. Okay, Gigi. Contract is coming up, Gigi. Contract is coming up. Now, this can be layered. This can be layered. This can be layered. So that's what I'm really hearing. So let me feel into this. Okay, so I'm actually hearing there's some contracts holding you back. Okay, so during this workshop, I want you to set an intention that we release all contracts that are needed to be released. Okay, but I'm also seeing you like sign a new commit. So this goes into that. It's part of your purpose to be a mentor. Okay, so this is kind of what I'm seeing with that one too. Like you've already set that in motion, that you are a mentor, you have a contract, it's like a purpose, it's like a designated space. But also we've got some that are holding you back. Okay, so let's set that intention through this workshop, you guys. Whatever you want to release in this workshop, we're going to hit it. Okay, so I want you all focusing on that, setting your intentions that this is what we're going to release. Okay, and also any contracts that we need to release. Okay. And that's kind of what's holding you back a little bit. It's like you had a self-destruct contract in there or a self something contract going on. Okay. I hope that helped. So Gigi, you had a major confirmation there. Write a book and become a mentor, sunshine. Yes, codependent behavior is very destructive and it takes many, many forms. People will become codependent on each other. People will become codependent on drugs, and so on and so forth. You're so welcome, Gigi. I missed ya. I'm glad we're back. Oh, and this next Sunday, Patreons, you will get your guided meditation through email, your first one. Whoop, whoop. I'm so excited. Through email. It won't be on Patreon because it's going to be long, and I don't want them limiting my time. I like to put through what needs to come through. All right. So who is next? Pamela is still here. It's not too late for you. 11:03 on 11:30. I was just recognizing that as a synchronicity if I've ever seen one. You want to know what song's in my head right now, you guys? My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. I hate that song. I don't know why it's in my head. I don't like it. I strongly don't like it. All right, Pamela. It's been in my head all morning, and I don't know why. Jacinth, it's funny you said that. Self-sabotaging. So that's exactly what's come up for me to release too. Yes, I've been the queen of self-sabotaging behavior, and that is what's been coming up for me as well. And so we are definitely going to set that intention to release all self-sabotaging behavior, to recognize all self-sabotaging behavior. It's really hidden in our shadow side, isn't it? So yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And I'm getting a lot of chills. So exciting. All right, Miss Pamela. Okay, Pamela. So I actually see you going out of your comfort zone a lot in the next 2 weeks. I'm going to be bringing you to a place you've never been. But that is so beautiful. Like, that is so exciting. So just hold space for that. I just want you to hold space for that, okay? Oh, and I'm getting so many chills. It's like just holding space for the unknown, holding space for new adventures. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. There's like energy shifts going. Okay, this one's me. Sorry, I apologize. I've been super up and down in energy. It's the shifting, I think. All right. Okay. So yeah, I'm hearing new adventures, out of your comfort zone. Take it gracefully. Just do it. Don't say no, right? Don't think. Drop out of headspace and just take actions in those moments where your head is like, this is not me. I can't do this. Or you feel like you're going to energetically throw up. Drop out of your headspace right in that moment. Drop into your heart or your solar plexus. Your solar plexus is pretty key for this part, is what I'm hearing. So Pamela, this workshop's really going to be tied to your solar plexus a lot. I just keep seeing you do things. I'm like, why are you showing me her sniffing flowers? So I'm seeing you like going around your house, like sniffing flowers in every room and enjoying the beauty in the moment. Okay. So it's really important to slow down and enjoy beauty in every moment. And I'm thinking that you do that a lot. So I'm like, why are they showing me that? But right now it's just super important. And especially over these next 2 weeks. Okay. Because we're going to be pulling you out of your comfort zone so much. So making sure you're taking time to smell the beauty, see the beauty, feel the textures. Okay, super, super, super important for you. And then, of course, the color yellow and orange. So solar plexus and sacral. Sacral chakra, solar plexus are really going to be changing through this workshop. Woo! I'm already feeling some releasing going on for you. Let's see. And they want you singing. So really raw, belt it out in the shower. Pamela. Andrea, I love it. Oh, you're right, Jacinth. That song might be related to feeling sexy. My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. How funny. All right, Pamela. Passion ignited. Woo! I'm so excited. Hi, Greg. How are you? Passion ignited, Pamela. Yes, that's what we are going to be doing. Okay, so you're embarking on, and not only just like that internal flame, right? The internal power and passion, and it's all going to be happening for you. So it's super important to drop out of your headspace. It's super important to enjoy every moment right now and for the coming weeks, especially, but always, right? So, and I see flowers in every room, and I see you dancing around and singing in the shower. They really want you belting that voice out, like belting it out. Okay. You know, they say punch a pillow. You can sing into a pillow if you have to, but that way you can really get your voice out, or go to your park and do it in private, right? Whatever makes you feel comfortable. It's not about public necessarily, but it's about allowing that voice to just okay. I'm glad you're so good, Greg. That's awesome. That is awesome. Awesome. Looks like you've got a lot of changes going on, Greg. That's really cool. Does that make sense, Pamela? This is so exciting. So exciting. Here I'm being called to a moon deck card for you as well. I feel like passion's going to be happening for everybody in this workshop, you guys. So just, that's another word, right? Passion. It's not as bad as sexy. It does sound exciting, Pamela. I'm so excited too. All right, Pamela. My inner compass knows the way. This is hard for you. I know this is hard for you. This has always been hard for you. And I feel like a lot of us in this group, this is hard for. It's like we're looking for external guidance all the time. Yay, Pamela. I love that. Yes, that's so right. Right. So yeah, that makes sense. You'll be smelling flowers in every room and dancing around your new floor throughout your house. That's why I'm seeing that, right? Perfect. All right. And your inner compass knows the way. You guys, this is such a pretty card. My camera does not do it justice. And I'm sorry I can't be on my phone. So I hope the camera's not too horrible. The few dislikes kind of really mess things up, but it'll get better. So anywho, my inner compass knows the way. So this is really truly being able to trust that inner knowing, that inner guidance, and following it against everything else, you guys, because here's an example that I'm going to give you. You know, I've gone to psychics. I've had messages pulled for myself, you know, and we're all trying, and I'm not saying anybody's bad or blah, 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 blah. There is higher light. There is darker light. Okay. I've had people give me messages and I trusted them because I figured they knew more than I did. And it was not correct guidance, and it put me into a very dark place. Oh, sweet, Greg, it's 11:11. Everybody make a wish. I like to do those too. But that's also very confirming for this message. But so if we can't be able to discern from external guidance from our internal guidance, it could be very scary for us. Perfect, you guys. it could be very, very scary for us because then we're trusting blindly. So they want you to be able to tune into your inner guidance as well as external guidance, you guys. And that way, people can't steer you in the wrong way. Here's another example they want me to share is when you are on a lighter path, when you are heading into something that is brighter and more for your highest and best, sometimes there's pushback. Sometimes you get people telling you you're crazy. Sometimes things come your way that don't align. And if you listen externally, it'll really throw you off that path, right? So your inner compass always truly knows the way. Okay. So it's super important to drop out of headspace, drop out of our head, drop out of the thoughts, put them in a bubble, send them away, stomp on them on the ground, whatever you have to do. Say no, thank you. And just stay still. And that's really where you get your internal guidance from, is learning to stay still and learning to feel into your body, right? Pamela, that's what we're going to be working on some more. All right. That was good. Do a little shift. And then the milkshake song is still going in my head. I don't even like that song. Who the heck sang that song? Ooh, curious what is outside of your comfort zone. Pamela, I think we already hit on it a little bit today as being sexy, right? That's out of your comfort zone, isn't it? Allowing yourself to wear something you would not normally wear. Maybe putting a little bit of lip gloss on, a little bit of tiny bit of mascara, curling your hair in a way you never have, allowing yourself to feel sexy in ways like never before. And that's just a start. That's just day 1.1. Make sense? Is that outside of your comfort zone? So doing things that you would not normally do, y'all. That's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be challenging ourselves in ways that we've never challenged ourselves before, in ways that we wouldn't allow ourselves to. Okay, so we're all going to be going outside of our comfort zone. And look what card came up anyways. I am courageous. I have the courage to do it. It's going to be okay. You guys want to see what else I'm making now? And this is just a prototype. My healing wand. So I channeled it. This one's for the throat chakra. It's got amethyst, turquoise, real stones. And I wasn't quite sure what that one is. I feel like, I don't know, I heard jade, but I'm not sure. It's more of a dark, dark blue. But they told me it's for throat. And I'm like, sweet. So I'm going to start making these, but better, and putting them on my website. So I just wanted to share that. I really like these. I haven't made them before. So that's also outside of my comfort zone. So there's a little bit of an example. Sweet, Greg. You need work on your throat chakra. Well, that's what this is for. Message me and maybe we could set something up. I'd be glad to help. Okay? So. Oh, no problem, Jacinth. I'm going to help you, sweetheart. That is perfect. That is why you're here, sunshine. Yeah. And so you guys, any messages that resonate for you, even if they weren't for you, know they're for you. Okay. That's why it's even good to watch all these. Just because they're for somebody else doesn't mean they weren't also for you. You're so welcome, Greg. And so it's really hard when we need that external validation, you guys, because we may never get it. You might actually get, I would say, stabbed, right? Like energetically stabbed, like hurt trying to get it. And so, all right, Greg, have a good one. Thanks for coming. So does that make sense? So yeah, and so it's really, really good to heal that. We're going to heal that. We're going to allow you to bring yourself internal some more and bring you into self-love and let go of these things that keep you from all of that. That is going to be such a magnificent journey. I can't wait. So yes, bring that into your intentions too, okay? All right, a little bit of water. Keep drinking my coffee. I think I need some real fuel. All right, so we did Gigi, Pamela. Who's next? Andrea. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure I look back. I should have wrote it down, but I didn't. Hi, Amy. How are you? We've talked a lot about the self-love workshops. You didn't miss too much. All right, so let's see. We did Gigi and Pamela, right? And that's it so far? Or do we do Andrea? Why am I off? Amy. Okay, Gigi, Pamela, now Amy. Okay, cool. And then Andrea. All right. Gigi, Pamela, Amy, Andrea. Wands, thank you. I don't know why I couldn't. So I've never made these before. And I'm like, well, okay, it just came through. I also, you guys, was trying to make necklaces. Now, these are just prototypes. And I did it. Like, I made a clay holder for my necklaces. And so this was just my first prototype, right? But I'll get better. And so I found a way to do my necklaces and make some healing wands that I'm going to channel. It's going to be awesome. So that's coming. So really cool. All right, Miss Amy, you are up. I think you said general. I don't know why I didn't read that part. General. Okay, cool. Just double checking. Yep, general. Thank you. Blonde moments today. I don't know what's up. All right. Okay, first of all, you're not the same person you were 6 months ago. Aww. Well, I'm glad you figured it out, Amy. I am great. Thanks for asking. Okay, Amy Hutchinson. One fell out already. What did I say? Uh-oh. Yeah, you're not the same person you were. They're like, hello, Brie. Yeah, sorry. Mind shift. Okay. So yes, you are not the same person you were 6 months ago. You're a total, and I'm getting so many chills right now. And this is so beautiful and so wonderful. But it's really like you shed 3 people. Just 3 different skin suits, right? 3 different beings of falsehoods and of, like, you know what I mean? Like protection suits. And all this stuff you've changed and let go of. And it's almost like sometimes you look in the mirror and you're like, who is that? But, I kind of like that. Right? So it's going to be really good for you, too, to allow yourself to feel sexy and beautiful. You guys examine what beautiful and sexy mean together, too, right? Because beautiful doesn't seem to have a negative connotation like sexy does. But really, what's the difference? There's not a lot. We just attune sexy to sex. But it doesn't have to be that way. You can take the sex part out of sexy. Okay, I want you guys to do that. Take the sex part out of sexy. And I'm hearing that for you too. Wow. Just dropped half the deck. I don't think I'm going to read all of those cards. Yeah, so it's like, it's time for you. So like, I think you need like a whole new wardrobe and a whole new, everything to match your new being, because I feel like you're putting on things that you used to own and they feel really foreign. It doesn't feel good anymore. Hi, Sarah. Does that make sense, Amy? So I can see you like putting on clothes that you've had for even years, and you're like, this just is not me anymore. I don't know who I am now. Like, who am I? And it's really a perfect workshop to go into with me to discover that now, because we're going to take you out of a lot of that and give you into new things, right? So we are going to try a lot of new things, you guys. Like, I'm not even telling you everything yet. So I really can't wait. And I really can't wait to hear your experiences and see the expressions on your face. And Amy, I am really talking to you right now. Like, this is going to be, wow, evolving. That's the word that's coming forth. Completely evolving, right? Completely evolving. And then the cards that came up for you, Amy, are action and angel of balance. So action, it is time for you to take some action. So Sarah asked about the workshop. I didn't get the link posted. Can anybody post the link for the workshop for me? So this is a workshop that's going to last about 2 weeks, and it's a self-love boot camp discovery. There's a lot going on. I'll fill you in as soon as I'm done with Amy's message. But Amy, they're calling for action. So I feel like there's like a new step that's been nudging. And I'm kind of hearing two sides. So relationship and career. Relationship and career. Is something been nudging you? You need to take action. Well, it's time to take action. It's time to take action and swift action. Drop out of headspace, put both feet in. Drop out of headspace, put both feet in. Okay. No, you're good, Sarah. I'm just so all in tune with everybody's needs that I'm like, I'm on it. But if I shift too much, my headspace goes. And so 22, 22, 11, 11s, I'm seeing a lot of those, you guys. But Amy, does that make sense? So something is calling you to take action. I feel like it's twofold, career and relationship, career and relationship. And it's coming through, and I feel like you might even wake up with anxiety about it. And it's because you're not taking the action, okay? And it's all about balance. It's all about maintaining balance in every aspect. Okay, good. All right. So it's time, okay? And it's really about maintaining balance, and examine where the balance is within your life. Examine where you're feeling out of balance. So it's important to work, but it's important to have fun, and it's important to feel sexy, and it's important to challenge, right? So we need all of these aspects. And so we got to realize where we're focusing too much in one area, not enough in another. And you're going to actually, that's going to be exposed for you big time coming, I'm hearing. So just, it's really all about creating that balance. But right now they want you taking that action. Don't doubt it. Okay. It's coming through because it's time. And you will be, so many chills. You will be supported every step of the way, right? We are in charge of all of our outcomes. Okay. You can create everything you need. And so don't doubt, and know that it's just such a beautiful path. Okay, Amy, does that make sense? All right. So, Sarah, let's see if I can do it. I don't know. Did anybody else maybe get the link? So I am a psychic master healer, or whatever you want to call me. I'm a little bit of everything. And I do a lot of workshops. Now, this workshop started basically today. In the beginning of the live, we went over a lot of it. And then from here on out, it goes through Zoom, and we go through the 13th on this one. You're so welcome, Amy. And this one is a self-love boot camp commitment, right? So I'm going to challenge you. We're going to release everything that blocks you. We're going to help you re-examine what these words mean for ourselves. There's going to be shadow work. Oh gosh, we are doing tapping. We are doing Ho'oponopono prayer, shadow work, blockage removal, self-discovery journeys, and a lot more things that are going to come through for it. And I'm going to be challenging you in everything. And again, this is a 2-week workshop. Some are going to be every other day, but some are going to be every day. And if you can't make the lives, it's very powerful. A lot of these ladies have done several with me, so they can attest that even if you don't make the lives, it doesn't matter. You will feel it as it happens, generally speaking, and then you also get a recording to follow along with. And so if you have any more questions about that, let me know. And these ladies can also answer some too. And I will post a link to it. I don't know if I can do it now without cutting the video out, which kind of scares me. But if somebody could from the website, that would be great. I thought Sean was going to, but it didn't post a link. So other than that, I'll post one when the video is over. And you still have time to join if you wish to do so. Not expensive. I tend to work with people too. So hopefully that answered your questions. Sweet. Amy just posted it, she said. Yes, it is on the website. Absolutely. And I can definitely post that too. So if you sign up, you're good to go. You can watch the replay of the live today here that we did. And then tomorrow we do our first Zoom meeting, and it's going to be massive. We're going to call in energy. We're going to do a chakra clearing right away tomorrow, they're saying. And we're going to sign a contract, and we're going to really just get the party going. So I'm so excited. This one's going to be huge. Oops. Oops. I can't type. Got cards in my way. Wait. I've been to school. I promise. I've been to school. Oh, man. Nope. Here we go. Got my alignment going. All right, so there's a website just in case. All right, so we did Amy. Andrea, you're up. And Roger, are you still here for a card pull? Jacinth, during these things, you guys always get your messages too, so no worries there. If you'd like a card, let me know, and I'll pull a card for you too. Andrea, I think you said general, right? You're so welcome, Sarah. Cool, Roger. You're right after Andrea. Yes, the workshops are really powerful. I have prior ones too on my website you can purchase, and man, they've been crazy. So, and a warning too, Sarah, is if you do anything, everything that I do is a detox. So you are going to be releasing and integrating and healing. And so it's super important to always practice self-care in those moments. And then watch this video again, because we did go over tonight's homework, which isn't much. It's just examining sexy and self-love, and allowing yourself to feel sexy and things like that. Yeah. Okay, Andrea. All right. So right away I heard ascension, ascension, ascension. So you are definitely ascending right now. You're definitely I'm hearing skipping timelines. And so, that was a part of also the energy leaks, right? So the energy shifting and being extremely, extremely tired, even beyond normal. But I'd see it's really hard to explain the way they show me this, but it's like you're traveling through the universe. So it's like a time warp, right? Like going through a black hole of stars, basically. So you are transitioning, you are up leveling, you are ascending, Andrea. You are, and I've seen you do it. So again, another example of you are not the same person you were when you started working with me. None of you are. None of you are. Take a look at that. Take a look back. Take a look now. Look at so they're wanting you to acknowledge the changes you've gone through just within the last, how long have you been working with me, Andrea? Just kind of look over. Because I remember when you first came into my space, Andrea, you would say, I don't connect. I don't see anything. I don't anything. And now all of a sudden, woman, you are feeling everything. So it's a prime example of we all receive differently, right? Some of us see visually, some of us feel, some of us gets a little bit of everything at different times. And it's just integrating and being open and things like that. Not controlling the outcomes. Okay, so that's also the message is you got to stop trying to control the way things come through for you. They come through the way they're meant to. And they want you to acknowledge the progress, acknowledge all of it. You're not the same person either, just like Amy. You are not the same person you were 6 months ago when I first started working with you. And so they just want you to acknowledge that, to step into that, to feel pride in that. It's like, why are you not rewarding yourself? Oh, sweet. Yeah. Drink lots of water, girl, and do your salt baths. Right, Andrea? There was a lot that just came through, but why are you not rewarding yourself, sunshine? Why are you not allowing yourself to enjoy what you deserve to enjoy? It's almost like this deep, deep-rooted belief that if you allow yourself to feel joy, somebody is going to pass away. That hit me here. And I got chills like crazy. I want to cry. Are you hearing, Andrea? So that's like that key. It's like as soon as you think that you're going to reward yourself or you let yourself experience something good, the bottom's going to completely fall out. And we've got to let that go. We've got to heal that. So I want you to set that intention that is released during this workshop, okay? It's like very tunnel vision, very tunnel vision. Like there's just everything's limited. If I do this, this will happen. And it's like, it's not so. So you trying to control every aspect in that manner, where there's infinite possibilities, infinite opportunities, infinite options. And so the only way the bottom's going to fall out is if we keep telling ourselves that it will, if we allow ourselves to feel good. So if you take a step into your comfort zone to feel better and to allow yourself to rise in love and light, but you don't have the answers, they're telling you it's okay. They want you to let go of the control that I know this and this and this is going to happen, because that's what you'll bring in. Does that make sense, Andrea? I'll wait till you see the cards. So a lot of balance going on. Does that make sense? Did you hear me? And the cards make sense for it too. Absolutely, for that message. It's like tunnel vision. If I do this, this is going to happen. This won't come through for me. I'll be alone. I'll be screwed, right? But it's not so. It's not so. That's like that straight line. Yes. Absolutely, Sarah. There's always opportunities for open discussion. I love Q&As, and we always hang out. Plus, you always get like messages too. So I usually either do personal messages. It gets really deep. Like it really does. These workshops are no joke, you guys. I could charge so much money for them, but I don't want to. Like I want them to be open for everybody. And it's massive. Like I can't even tell you how much comes through in these workshops. It's what I put down on paper and in those things is not even half of what we do and what comes through. Oh, good. Okay, Andrea. So that's why it's there for you. So it's time to heal it, sunshine. We're going to heal it. Okay. So you guys are getting really great intentions of healing for this workshop. All right. So write that down, set the intention that we are going to heal that. Aw, thanks, Amy. They are pretty awesome workshops. I enjoy them too. I can't deny that. Like, that's why I keep doing them, right? I used to do them in a course form, but I didn't like that too much. And so, Andrea, we're here to release it. That's why it's coming up. Okay. But I get why it's there. Okay. So we have these because that's what's happened, right? That's what's freaking happened. It's not like they're made up trauma responses. That is what's happened. That's what's happened throughout history and in the worst way possible for you. I get that. Okay. And so I'm validating that for you. Please don't be hard on yourself to think there's anything wrong with you, because there's not. This has been your experience. It's like the moment you felt joy, something horrific freaking fell out. Something horrific happened. Some very damaging experience occurred. And it's just time. And so we're validating that those are real moments. Those are real happenings. Okay. And so it's not just in here. All right. And so we're going to set the intention that it's just time to heal that and release it. But we have to replace that, right? That's the key to releasing. You got to replace it with something positive. And that's why action is important too. But here's the cards for you, Andrea. Adjacent possibilities. Okay. So this is perfect. Aw, sweet. Aw, sweet. Sarah, well, welcome. I'm so excited. Aw, thanks, guys. So, Andrea, this goes with it, okay? Instead of walking that straight line that if I do this, we got to let go, and we always got to know that there's so many more options. That's what this is telling me. Okay, it's not necessarily that you need to go to the other door. It's telling me that there are so many options for you. There's so many possibilities, and it's that limited mind that is blocking everything and setting that small path, okay? What happened in the past is done. It's not going to be the same occurrences, okay? You're allowed to feel joy, and they just want you opening up the energetic field for knowing that there's so many options, okay? Okay. Aw, you guys, thank you so much. I didn't expect that. I could cry. Okay, Andrea. And then the other card was balance for you too, sunshine. Okay, so when we sit and worry, we're out of balance, aren't we? When we sit too long in one thought, we're out of balance. I've been known to do this, you guys. I literally had OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder, from my trauma as a kid, and I've been healing that on my own. Okay, OCD is no joke. It means literally you get stuck on things. And people get stuck on different things. Some people get stuck on germs, washing their hands, not touching doorknobs. Some people get stuck on really crazy stuff I won't even go into. I was one of the ones who had to count steps. I had to have everything in an order. I had to go back and check my doors. I would worry about my oven all day. It was like my clothes couldn't touch. Like I had it so bad, you guys. Okay. And so my point is that's getting stuck in a thought. Okay. And so whenever we're stuck on anything, we're out of balance. Whenever we are not in the flow of things and just allowing things to occur naturally, we're out of balance. Okay, Andrea, so you're definitely out of balance. So we're going to work on the balance. We're going to work on that, releasing the trauma responses. Oh, cool. Amy's watched Sarah. So I'm going to have to watch Sarah too. So cool. That is so cool. Well, welcome, welcome. I love helping each other, right? That's what we do. So yeah. So Andrea, just remember, there's always more to what meets your eye and what you're used to. And we got to work on the balance. Okay. So getting stuck in things. All right. And I feel like you have a little OCD too. I think that's why that came through. Obsessive compulsive disorder. It comes about when we have a lot of trauma and we need to end up trying to control a situation. And so we look for little ways to control things at a young age. All right. And so that's really what's going on there. Cool. Does that make sense, Andrea? And so let's bring all that forward in this workshop. Okay. This is really good forum. This is a really good way to show what we're going to be doing in the workshop. I love this a lot. Okay, Andrea, I'm going to really pull really quick moon card for you. So, because you need a lot of love and support, and I get that. You've had to be the one and only, the one and only. Okay, Andrea. So this really makes sense for all the messages that came through. And I've never pulled this card before. I really like it. Forgive me for it being risque. Good. You're welcome, Andrea. But here's the other card. I allow stillness to heal and reveal. Okay, let's just pretend it's G-rated. No sexiness here. I allow stillness to heal and reveal. Okay. This is perfect, Andrea. So we got to get the balance. And a really good way to do that is just to be still. Quit trying to, do all that kind of stuff. Right? Yes. Okay. Perfect. No wonder they wanted that one too. Okay. So just kind of closing out that message. That was perfect. And Roger, I will do a card pull for you. So those are my Patreon members, you guys. My Patreon members, when we do the free readings in the live, they get whatever they need that comes through in those moments. So I just want you to keep that in mind. That is part of the perks to being a Patreon member. So, perfect. All right, Roger. I don't know why I always do that to your name. Forgive me. It's like my childhood. I remember some show, Roger. What was that show? I don't know. I'm old. Sexy time. That's right, Andrea. Sexy time. You guys, it feels so good to allow yourself to be sexy. And we can take the whole sex part out of it. We don't have to use it for any guy or anybody else other than ourselves. Okay, so that's part of that workshop homework. The allowing the sexiness through is that we need to feel it for ourselves, not for external people. Does that make sense? So like Jacinth and Pamela, if you feel a little yucky about it, I want you to remove the connotation of the sexy part of it for like the opposite sex. Okay. Yes. Cool. All right. I'm glad that makes sense. So it's allowing ourselves to feel sexy, because let me tell you, that will spark some stuff. Black spruce oil. So I don't remember, Andrea, I know that came through in a channeled message to you and then the eraser comes out. I don't remember all of what I was talking about with the black spruce oil. I would just simply use it. So when I give oils in a healing, and I give recommendations of what oils are coming through that you need for healing purposes, I would rub it on your lymph nodes. Okay. Rub it on your lymph, and I'm also hearing on your wrist right here. So on our softest parts, right? So on the parts where they're going to easily be absorbed into our system, and where they might be needed the most, like on our lymph nodes, right? And so right here, right, and oh, I know this is a little bit, but even right between, right in the chest area, right there is what they're showing me. Okay, does that make sense? Good question, Andrea. I don't think I've ever answered that one really on a live. Just same for you. I know I've given you oils too. So lymph nodes here. Don't push too hard ever on your lymph nodes, y'all. And then on your wrist, in between on your chest here. If you're a guy and you don't have these, that's fine. Just like right in the center of your chest, like on your heart space area. And that's what they're showing me. All right. Good questions. So yeah, good questions. Let's see. Anything else? Nope, I think we're good. So sexy time. Roger, they said put down the girly deck. Exactly. That, you guys, when I do my healing things and oils come through or spices, they're for you. They're personal healing modalities that you're needing, right? Maybe I should ask more questions because sometimes I don't. I just give you what I see. And then maybe I'll clarify a little bit more next time. But yeah, it's like your own personal meditation oil and healing oils. And I love it. I love it all. It's really cool stuff. All right, Roger. Do you have a specific question or you just want me to do a general card pull for you, Roger? Oh, I'm being called to my older deck. For you. Still a lot of, you're so welcome, Andrea. Sarah, I'm going to join your Facebook page if that's okay with you. I have one too. I'm not sure if you're on that. It'd be really cool to see if I'd love to see you live too. Okay, general. Let's see. What does Roger need to know right now? Again, Roger, there's still like that, a lot of masculine going on. Hopefully your mentor is keeping you active. So I'm hearing more action. More action is needed. More action steps is what they're saying. Okay. So just keep going. Like keep taking steps every day. Don't stop. You can't stop the momentum. Momentum is key. Trust me, I know that one. Being a healer is hard when we're healing too, you guys, because then we come into moments where they're like, stop, take a break. And I'm like, the people, they're going to hate me for it. Right. And we have to step back and heal too. And it gets hard. But for you right now, it's momentum. Momentum is needed. One card. All right. They're calling for one more for you, Roger. All right. All right, Roger. Okay, this is very interesting. Ooh, and I'm also being drawn to the number 8. So I'm hearing you need to heal relationship with self. Just like you can look in the mirror every day and just, imagine healing that relationship with yourself. Oh, I like that. Oh, how cool. Thanks for sharing that. Okay, Roger. But the card that I pulled, so relationship with self, but I'm also, the first one was anxiety. Okay. Now this card is interesting. This is not saying that you're going to have anxiety or you need to have anxiety. This is saying that you're having anxiety, but the storm is past. So the storm is like in the past, right? The storm is gone. And if you keep staying in anxiety about it, if we stay in worry, if we stay in fear or doubt, I'm hearing, then we're going to block everything. And that's really what this card means. But it really stems with relationship with self. Okay. So it's like healing that relationship with self and allowing yourself to know that everything's going to be okay. All right. But it's stepping out of the anxiety because you're going to block the good. And it's going to bring more of what caused the anxiety. Okay. And so know that the storm has passed. They're saying the storm has passed. All that hard stuff is over. And so learn to love yourself, which is funny because that's what's coming through for my workshop. And that's what came through for this full moon, right? It's really important to love yourself. Oh, you're so welcome, Andrea. I'll see you tomorrow, 1:00. And so heal that relationship with self. Know that everything that's really bad is gone and there will be victory, Roger. There's victory. Victory's here for the taking. It's already there. You just got to get out of that. And they're also saying more action. Okay. So that, what was the word I used? stay in the flow. Okay, does that make sense? All right, Sarah, would you like a card? Okay, so that was really good. Do you guys have any more? Cool. All right, so I'll do a card for Sarah. You're so welcome, Roger. Happy full moon eclipse. Yeah. All right, Sarah, and they're saying not this deck. Not this deck. All right, I'm being called to this deck. Yeah, okay. And the feminine moon, which makes sense for the energy. Do you have a specific question, Sarah, or would you just like general? Oh, that song again. Oh, man. My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. I don't like that song. My son, I think I was singing it yesterday, and my oldest is like, but Mom, the Corona says only 5 boys can come to the yard. I'm like, you're funny. It's just funny. Just general? Okay. I don't know why I don't like that song. What is up with it? Maybe it does. Maybe just Synth is right. It has to do with the sexiness. The self-love journey we're stepping into, right? Confidence in myself. Maybe that's what it represents. I'm just going to shuffle these. Something told me to shuffle them, Sarah. Okay, so right away I did hear shadow work. I'm seeing your shadow side. So it's like your shadow side's coming up above you going, and that's okay. So especially if you're going to do the workshop or not, it would be a really good idea for you to start recognizing those triggers. Okay, just write down the triggers. I'm writing it down. I'm sure you understand all of that. But your shadow side is rearing its ugly head. And I think you did. So you had so much releasing going on. So yeah, it's there. It's like, but it's just there for us to shine the light into it, right? And dance with it. Shine the light into all that. And I'm getting a lot of confirmation in my light space for that one. Dance with it. Sing with it. Love it. Love every bit about yourself. So of course, self-love, right? Of course, that's coming through right now. But you were already tapping into that. So you've got that. And also they're wanting you to challenge yourself. So you're ascending too, but they're wanting you to challenge yourself. Take things into something you haven't tried before, maybe. A new modality. So you've got to take off the limitations, right? And expansion. So that's all occurring right now, which I'm sure you're very well aware of. But it's time to step into a new modality and shine light into that shadow. Oh, and of course, solar plexus. Yep. Solar plexus, sunshine. So yeah, I'm pretty sure we've got some shadow pieces coming out of your solar plexus. So if you're doing the workshop tomorrow, I'm going to do a chakra clearing as soon as we go in. So no worries there. Otherwise, I'm sure you can do that on your own, right? But yeah, it's definitely coming through there. And I've seen a lot of yellow on this live today. So that does not surprise me. And so I feel like it's just attached to there. There's some darkness. So when I do shadow work, I've always done it through the chakra system. It's pretty cool how we've done that. And each pieces of our shadow really are layered within our chakras. It's really kind of cool. And so I think that might be your biggest piece. I'm also being drawn to the number 3. Use that for some magic. 3 is important for you too. So that feminine goddess aspect, the magical. Do it in 3s. Just do things in 3s a little bit more. Oh, and this is perfect for you, Sarah. My community is supported, loving, and active in the world. Oh, so this is also telling me expansion there. Oh, you're so welcome. Oh, I just got goosebumps, Sarah. See, I love it. We will do great together. Just because I love it when I just love it. So much good energy. But anyways, my community is supportive, loving, and active in the world, but they do want you to expand that a little bit. Okay. So you can't keep yourself too small. And that's with the whole challenging yourself, right? Great validation, Sarah. I'm so glad you came today. Thank you. And I look forward to you being in the workshop with us. Absolutely. And I don't know if Jacinta's still here. I know Andrea left, but you guys will get your updated invoices and so on right after the live. And if anybody has any questions, let me know. This was awesome. I'm so glad we were on here together today. So thanks for coming, everybody. Now I just got to go get this milkshake song out of my head. Aww. So, yep, there's some very much so validations for you, Sarah. Very much so. It's just time. But I think what's holding you back is that shadow side in your solar plexus, right? It's that shadow self. We just got to shine some love and light in it. And Tatanka comes through a lot for me for that one, too. So he may show up throughout this process, too. So this is going to be exciting. But, yeah, just shine some light in that shadow. Let's get ready. This is going to be awesome. There's so much expansion. And again, new modalities. So allow yourself to expand into that too. That's so awesome. Yay! Forward movement, forward movement. So cool. So absolutely, Sarah. Absolutely, you can do that. Absolutely. Let's see. Because I know on the YouTube live, it's a little hard afterwards to come back in and put something on there. So what I can do is send you either an invoice or you can pay me through Messenger partially, and then I can do an invoice for the rest. But yes, I work with everybody for these. All right, Roger. Whoop, whoop. So much love to you too. Thank you. Yes, time to level up. So let me just think really quick, Sarah, what the best way to do that is. Here, don't go anywhere. I'm going to give you my Facebook link. I hope you guys can still see me. No, we'll give you my personal one. And then you can do it through Messenger. Just kind of message me through Messenger. Cool. Okay, you want my email? All right. I'll give you my email right here. Okay, so there's my email. Cool, that's perfect. And then I'll just send you the invoice. And then in the morning, you will receive another email with the Zoom link and our contract and whatever homework or whatever workshop paper, worksheets that are needed for that day. So super exciting. So I look forward to it. So look forward to this, you guys. This was a really good live. I know it was a little bit unusual doing one on here first. So I thank you all for coming. Perfect, Sarah. I look forward to it. And then I'll send you an invoice. And if half is good for you, that's great. Then I'll do it that way. No biggie at all. That's why I'm here. We help each other, right? Whoop, whoop. I love it. Thanks, you guys. So much love to all of you. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments after, too, if anything comes up, or through email or Facebook, whatever you want for all of you. And I will see you tomorrow. Take care. Have a good night, you guys. Go feel sexy. I'm so excited. And come sexy tomorrow, too, to the workshop. All right. Bye, Pamela. Bye, everybody. Love you all. Bye-bye.